Right now, I'm thinking of some shit. We gonna work on this here camry door. Flies everywhere in this bitch, but we gonna work on this camry door, and we gonna spit on some real shit about Memorial Day. A long time coming. I've been able to make a real life YouTube video. I've been thinking about trying to get into content, not cause like money or anything like that, just more of a way of documenting a legacy. Sounds crazy. Oh well, I mean, when you think about it, everyone has a story to tell. And I'm looking at Memorial Day because from my background being in the military, I was in the Marines for like 4.5 years. I was in Okinawa, Japan, and Camp Pendleton, California. And seeing this shit like you see all around the world and the people that I serve with, you think about it, you come home, there's a lot of people that didn't come home, you know what I'm saying? A lot of other people before you know what I'm saying, that have been in conflict, like war, where they lost their, you know what I'm saying, their comrades, their brothers in arms, brothers and sisters in arms. So, you know, looking back at that, I started to really think about content creation in a different way. And I really always thought about like myself being into cars. My whole life I grew up on cars. I think like one of the people that I feel like put me on cars was my pops, cause he, man, love engines. You know what I'm saying? We seen Monster Jam growing up in Florida. You see a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, donks by Chevys and shit, like old schools on big rims and shit like that. And you always think like one day I'm gonna get one of them motherfuckers. And you know, even in high school, I wanted a, is it the Shelby GT 500? I think the 350 is the newest one. I think back then it was the 500. I wanted a 500. And I think back in 2016, I seen a 1970 Chevelle. And after that, I started looking at old schools. I always wanted a 1957 Bel Air. And you know, I had a 98 Altima in high school. I wanted to soup up. I was thinking about like putting rims on it and making it a little faster. I know a lot of people like Altima, but I'm like, hey, shit, if you learn from YouTube, you can do a lot. Cause like one time I broke the door handle off that joint of the 02 Altima that I had before, and I had to learn how to take the door panel off, and put it back together through a YouTube video. Like my pop sent me a link to a YouTube video, put a toolbox in front of me, gave me the door handle he bought from Amazon. It was like, alright, cool, walked away. I had to figure that out. My whole life, you know what I'm saying, I always loved cars. So to me, it's always just been a passion. So thinking about that now, I kind of just want to document that passion for myself. We're gonna start with the disassembly of the door. Right now, her current problem is all 3 of her doors unlocked except for this front passenger side door. I took it apart a while ago and figured it was the door actuator. I ain't gonna say I figured. I'm gonna just say it is, because I used to work at Volkswagen, and you know, like mechanic work is just really just, I ain't gonna say it's guessing, but it's like kind of figuring out what it is over and over and over again. So I don't know, I'm gonna just say really life, based on my experience from Volkswagen, I'm gonna say this is a door actuator. I'm gonna replace the door actuator and see if our door lock engages. And if not, we might have a bigger problem. But for now, I'm gonna start with that. And just in my honest opinion, I'm gonna just say it's a door actuator. I know it sounds like a guess, but a lot of times it's like, I was telling my little brother, like, when you doing technician work, a lot of this shit is really just guessing. Because sometimes, I mean, you can do as much as you can to diagnose what could be wrong with something. And at the end of the day, the only thing you can do is make your best judgment call to replacing or fixing something as, I say, not cheaply as possible, but as less costly to the customer as possible, so you can, make the job run efficiently. And then that's in my experience. I could be wrong, but at least it's been working for me so far. Some people, they just engage in the job just so they can get a check. And I ain't in there for that. I like to actually learn about how this stuff works, because, I'm interested in building my own old school in the future. I want to build me a bot Chevy. Real life, if I find me a bot Chevy in Duval under $2,000 and I start making my guap, it's a wrap. I'm getting it. I'm telling you, I've been hounding the whole marketplace for a minute, looking for one. I started with a Cutlass. I kind of wanted a Cutlass, but then I thought about it. I said, man, I can make a Cutlass the race car or something. I've been to a couple tracks lately. I ain't gonna say a couple, but I've been to Orlando Speedway a couple times recently. And I've been seeing these cars move, man. I've been getting like itchy. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna, nothing on boost. They all gonna be naturally aspirated. So that's my goal. Gonna see if we make it come true. But I am gonna work towards that in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and get to, my tools out and start disassembling this door panel. And we're gonna get to really seeing what's wrong with this door actuator. See if it's really the door actuator. This should really be a lesson as to why you should have your tools out early in advance. I really want to think of this video this fall because I was just trying to shoot the content. I pulled those shoes out because I wanted to go to the beach early. I don't know why. I got distracted. I don't know. Like, to be real, make sure you have your tools out. Like I said, I just got distracted. I was just walking around. Shit, man, we gonna like think about it though. Like I got this big ass bag, and I want to do some curls with the mug. You know what I'm saying? And I'm back on track now, and now I'm about to start taking all my tools out, start getting everything ready. This drill right here, this drill held on by electrical tape really took me through a lot in Volkswagen, and it still work. Bro, oh God. Once I dig through the rest of the bag, I found out all my triple squares fell out the bag. Hold on, right here. This shit blew me. But this is a lesson right here, man. Make sure you secure your stuff when you put it up. And I kind of took it to the chin because I wasn't really too mad. And I also found out at the time, my people like to clean the garage out by just spraying water everywhere. So then I found that a couple of my triple squares is rusted. So, I mean, I could have let that get to me, but at the same time, this is when I kind of owned up that I could have just made sure that my stuff was put up right and just not get mad about it, you know what I'm saying? Just take it to the chin. But at the same time, I really kind of, in this moment, accepted accountability for my own lack of care on my own tools and just accepted it from there and kind of just was like, all right, cool, put my stuff up. It's like, bet. Lessons learned. That's it, baby. Alright, we back. I ain't gonna cap. I already put the door actuator in. I ain't really tested yet, but I already don't replace the door actuator. The only reason why I ain't like record all this shit is cause it took me a while to figure that out. Yeah, it took me a while. I ain't really worked on no camera before, so I had to look into it, aka Dr. YouTube help me out. You know what I'm saying? And now that I got the door actuator in and my trim piece back on, I'm just finna go ahead and just put the door panel on. But, you know, as I put the door panel on, we finna chat about some real shit. I don't know how long I want this YouTube video to be. I don't know how stable this camera's gonna be while I'm doing all of this. That's the one thing I'm scared of, is my audio not coming clear. Cause I got the squeaky ass boots, the sensitive ass microphone. But, you know, hopefully editing saves me. But yeah, you know, we finna get into it. Oh man, I got some pieces here and there. I know I shouldn't have took that bitch out like that. Oh well. I'm trying my best to work with this as much as I can. But this took this off a funny way. Didn't mean to do that, but it happens. Damn man, I need to figure out this microphone. Hopefully I can cause I don't like talking loud. And I don't wear hats. So I don't know how this finna come through. But hopefully that just don't pick up the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they get some good audio, clean audio. But now I'm sensitive about that shit, cause I don't want that to mess up. But I also don't want to drop this stuff. Just have this any kind of way neither. Price you gotta pay. Fuck it. I'ma just move the mic. We gon' I don't know, we gonna figure this out. So right now, as I got the mic on the door, hopefully it picks up pretty clear audio. I'm gonna put this back on there. Yeah, boom. That's nothing but a little plastic trim piece. Ain't that bad, nothing compared to Volkswagen, because that shit falls apart like pieces. I don't know. I don't have a particular car brand I like. I like American Muscle, if you ask me. Anything from Dodge, Chevy. I don't really dip too much in Ford. I know a lot of family members that own Ford, but I don't really know too much about Ford. They really talk about Ford. I know performance-wise, like Chevy and Dodge have been where it's at. I mean, Ford, people love the Mustang, but I don't see it. Like I said, my first car I wanted a Mustang, but as time has gone on, I kind of like Dodge. I ain't gonna cap, modern muscle, I like Dodge. If you're talking about old school, I say I have to go to Chevy. Chevy's just old school. Modern, I say Dodge. Chevy is the old school. Anything, cause I don't know, there's just something beautiful about, especially what people do with Chevy. You know, you got the LS swaps, the LS LT swap, damn near same thing, but then you got the donks, the box Chevys, you know what I'm saying? Not even just that, even the Biscayne, fucking the off-brand Bel Air. I don't know if that's the off-brand Bel Air. I think it's cheaper than a Bel Air in terms of anything that you find. But then you got I don't know. I just like to look at Chevy, to be real, when it comes to old school muscle. Cause like I said, one car I always wanted was a 1967 Chevelle SS. And then you go to training day, you see Denzel in the damn 79 Monte Carlo. So it's you know what I'm saying? And everybody, Dodge got some good old school power, but I don't know, it's just the look of a Chevy. It's just damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I started getting nervous and shit, because the camera running again. Now I gotta fucking think of my thoughts, but I'm getting them out. You feel me? I am whispering. I'm gonna work on that and start like speaking more in an effort to at least be heard, at least the sound pick up. I know the sound should be able to pick up because it's not that loud outside. And I'm close enough to the camera where it should be able to hear me over everything else. I'm just sitting here right now trying to figure out my life because I wanna move this mic, but I don't know where I wanna put it. I'm wasting time. Actually, nah, I ain't wasting no damn time. We ain't in no race. We just putting a fucking door on. At this point, everything just finished. I just gotta hook it up. That's it. First things first, you gotta get the cables in. Make sure both the cables are seated. I just wanna make sure I ain't gonna pinch nothing when I put this on here. You always wanna lift up because it's got a lip naturally. She's seated. Just start pushing on. Oh shit! I forgot about the damn cable, but there's a prong behind the door for the lock actuator that I forgot to engage when I put that bitch back on. Oh man, shit did. Right here, right there where it goes, it's supposed to click and lock the actual lock. But I just forgot to put it in, so I gotta take all this back off and go back there and put that joint back in. And that is the price you pay for not slowing down. Damn. Here I am about to test out the new actuator, see if it works. You know, you always gotta make sure you test out your stuff after you're done. I know I got it like kind of put together already, but the only reason why I did this because I didn't want to throw no codes. Here I am making sure that it unlocks. This is when I realized that the reason why I said that the door actuator didn't work is because when I hit unlock the first time, it unlocks the driver door, the first unlock. You hit it twice, it unlocks the rest of the doors. Well, her front passenger side wasn't unlocking either after all the other three doors that unlocked. So when I took it apart, I figured it wanted to switch, mainly because the switch was activating the same door actuator, but it wasn't activating off the rest of them. I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I was just like, fuck it. It's not the switch. It was door actuator, and it's kind of figured it. I don't know, after the while, like in editing, I was all over the place with this video, like talking about random shit throughout, but you know, on future videos, I'm trying to be on more on track. This is like my first one, my first real one that I kind of really wanted to make, and I kind of just wanted to record myself actually just like making a content about me taking apart, you know, a car and just talking about shit, you know what I'm saying? So in the future, I really want to kind of dive into more breakdowns and talk about, you know, more old schools, discuss more car specs. Like I really want to talk about stuff like that because that's like things that I'm looking into right now. So, you know, let me know about some other cars that we can like talk about because I'm thinking about like all types of different stuff right now. Like, and I know I'm kind of like struggling with this door panel reassembly. It's a little simpler than like Dodge and Volkswagen, to be real. Like Volkswagen is like 115,000 different plastic trim pieces that just fall apart instantly. And then you got like Dodge is just for whatever reason a big ass panel just hooked on there with like these metal tab hooks that's holding it to the door panel. That's like weird. It was like the weirdest thing I ever had to do when I took that mug apart. But like I said, I want to keep doing this, breaking down more content, breaking down more cars, talking about more stuff. And I thank you. Appreciate you. Pimping.